Forget boring silos. Imagine food stored in floating beehives, cliffside castles, and mouse-proof houses on stilts. Across centuries, communities invented granaries that were equal parts survival kit, cultural symbol, and comedy sketch. Today, we're traveling the world to meet 14 of the strangest, funniest, and most ingenious granaries ever built. 1. Hórreo, Galicia and Asturias, Spain. These wooden boxes stand proudly on stone stilts, each topped with flat discs called tornados, mouse stoppers. Villagers joked that mice held nightly Olympics trying to leap past the discs, always failing. Built from oak or chestnut, with slatted walls for ventilation, Hórreos kept grain dry and safe while becoming beloved landmarks decorated with flowers. Some families even treated them like quirky relatives, giving them nicknames. 2. Espigueiro, northern Portugal. Long, narrow stone racks with carved ends that resemble miniature temples. Corn dried inside through slats, while raised pillars kept the damp away. Families carved initials into beams, believing it protected their harvest. Farmers competed to see whose espigueiro looked the most ornate. Storage turned into a beauty contest. 3. Ghorfa/Xar granaries, Tunisia, Berber communities. Stacked mud brick chambers formed fortress-like compounds. Thick walls kept grain cool, while maze-like alleys confused raiders. Local tales describe thieves wandering in circles, unable to find their way out. These granaries weren't just storage, they were puzzle box castles protecting both food and people. 4. Beehive granaries, Ethiopia and Horn of Africa. Rounded huts woven from reeds or plastered with clay, shaped like giant beehives. Their curved walls shed rain, tapered tops confused pests, and villagers patched cracks with fresh reeds. One flood carried a beehive granary downstream like a giant basket. It landed intact in a neighbor's yard, grain safe, goat bewildered. People laughed that the granaries swam better than their livestock. 5. Ifugao rice granaries, Philippines. Perched above rice terraces, bamboo and wood granaries stood on stilts with rat guards. Rituals accompanied their use. Elders whispered blessings before opening them. Legends said spirits lived inside, protecting the rice. Children dared each other to knock on the walls at night, hoping to hear the spirits answer back. 6. Galgar Monumental Storehouse, Patna, India. A massive brick dome with spiral staircases and internal chutes, designed to store grain for the city. Though it was never fully used, locals nicknamed it the world's biggest breadbasket without bread. Today, it's more of a sightseeing tower than a pantry, a granary that became a tourist attraction.
7. Colca, Incas Torreoses, Andes, Peru e Bolívia.
Stone or adobe structures placed along mountain routes. Thick walls moderated temperature, and their modular design supported empire logistics. Inca runners carried grain from Colca to Colca like relay racers. Legends say mountain spirits guarded them, punishing anyone who tried to steal.
Delapan Lumbung, Bali, Indonesia.
Tall rice barns with steep thatched roofs, raised on stilts. Roof lines resemble temples, marking social status. During festivals, villagers decorated them with offerings, turning barns into shrines. Imagine a rice barn that doubles as a sacred altar.
9. Dogon Cliff Granaries, Mali.
Small stone or mud granaries tucked into cliffs, shaded and cool. Outsiders joked they were grain skyscrapers for birds. Dogon stories say ancestral spirits guarded them, thieves risked falling into the abyss. To visitors, they looked like miniature castles clinging to rock faces. 10. Ancient Egyptian storehouses, Nile Valley. Massive mud-brick storerooms with roof holes for pouring grain in and doors at the base for removal. Centralized granaries enable taxation and famine relief. Ancient scribes recorded every sack, making them the first food accountants. Some tales say pharaohs hid treasures among the grain. 11. Stilted rice barns, Southeast Asia. Raised bamboo barns with woven mats and tight lids. Their elevation kept the grain dry and safe from rats. Villagers joked that rats held nightly council meetings plotting how to reach the barns, always thwarted by the stilts. Decorative carvings turned them into symbols of pride. 12 to clay pot granaries, prehistoric Near East. Early farmers used giant ceramic vessels or clay-lined pits. Fired clay resisted moisture and pests. Some vessels were decorated with simple patterns, making them the first designer granaries. Archaeologists even found grain preserved inside after thousands of years. 13. Timber silo barns, Eastern Europe. Tall wooden towers with internal chutes, nicknamed grain skyscrapers. Wooden pegs controlled flow, while slatted walls allowed ventilation. When empty, children slid down the chutes like playground slides, turning granaries into amusement parks. 14. Kothi/Khazana storehouses, South Asia. Raised wooden or stone platforms with lockable doors. Ritual seals marked ownership, and breaking a seal without permission was believed to bring bad luck. These granaries were trust banks, food stored with a side of superstition. From floating beehives to cliffside castles, these granaries prove that food storage can be both ingenious and hilarious. They solve the same problem: how to keep food safe, with wildly different creativity. So, which design would you build in your backyard? The fortress Xar, the whimsical beehive, or the temple like Lumbung? Share your pick in the comments, and tell us which funny granary story made you laugh the most. Next time, we'll explore the world's strangest water mills and the legends that swirl around them.